five-part series on how to kaboom your women empowerment events, courses, digital courses, or your speaking events or your mentorship programs. Okay, and I'm giving y'all everything that I've learned over the past 5 years. And today's live is going to be about the annual strategy that I use to make it happen. So I'm asking you, if you want to launch some type of multi-city tour or multi-city women empowerment tour or women empowerment event this summer, I want you to drop the word speak in the comments. I'm telling y'all to do that now so that I don't forget. Drop the word speak in the comments because I'm going to send you a 90-day strategy. It's free. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to buy anything. I'm just going to give you a straight 90-day strategy on what you can do if you want to go, if you want to start now, start preparing now to launch a multi-city women empowerment event this summer. Because this strategy that I'm going to give you is going to help you get more visibility so that people will start inviting you to their city to bring your event to their city. Now, this is not going to work for you if you are camera shy. If you are like, oh, Kamisha, I want to do women empowerment events, but I don't like going live. I don't like being on the camera. That means this is not for you. Okay. This is also not for you if you have no idea how you can help other women or how you can empower other women, or you're not clear on what your speaking events are even about. This is for people who may have already dipped their toe in it here and there, and they might have done an event here and there, or maybe once a year they might do an event. No, I'm talking about doing a multi-city annual event, okay? Because I did 5 years in a row, I hosted women empowerment events. And for the first 4 years, I went to multiple cities. So if you want the strategy for that, the more in-depth strategy for that, drop the word speak in the comments. All right, let's go ahead on and get into this. What I'm getting ready to give you is the annual strategy that I use to make this happen. Sometimes people launch or they do some type of like vision board event or some women empowerment brunch or something like that. And it might only be like a one-off thing in their own hometown. And what I'm getting ready to give you is how to have a whole annual strategy, because that is what the missing secret sauce is to a lot of y'all that are launching these events and then they're not growing. It's mainly because you have not sat down and thought about a whole annual strategy. So that's what I'm about to give you. But before I do that, I want to check the chat to see if anybody's saying anything to me. Hey. Yeah, she says speak. Deidre says speak. Okay, I got y'all. Y'all want the strategy? I got y'all. When I get off, I will send it to you for sure. Okay, but I just wanted to say hi and acknowledge the people who are already on here. Let's go ahead on and get into this about what the actual strategy was, the annual strategy that I used to create self-realization. Well, not create, but that I use to sell ticket events to self-realization of a goddess every year. And to also, okay, sorry, I'm got a lot of screens going on. And to also turn that into selling my digital course, Self-Realization of a Goddess, which also turned into hosting annual retreats. So as you can see, it kind of snowballed. It was one thing, but I turned it into multiple streams of income, and I turned it into multiple ways you could engage with me, and I turned it into a whole annual strategy. So let's get into this. Now, if you want to create an annual strategy, you need to be thinking about, what are you going to do every day? What are you going to do every week? What are you going to do every month? What are you going to do every year? Okay? This is how you're going to build the stepping stones for your annual strategy for growing your women empowerment events, or your women empowerment mentorship, or your women empowerment digital course. You need a strategy for daily, weekly, monthly, annually. How many of y'all are actually doing that right now? How many of y'all actually have daily, weekly, monthly, annual strategy. And listen, I'm not beating you up on this because I know that it takes time. And sometimes you have to reconfigure things because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm reconfiguring things and deconstruction and reconstruction things, some things. But at some point, you have to know, even next year, right now, you have to know what you're going to be doing next year. Okay, that's how the big companies do it. They already know what their Valentine's Day sale is going to be next year, or they already know they're planning for Christmas right now. Okay, so let's talk about this is my strategy. This is what I did, and I did it. If you ask me, I did it successfully. Right, I ain't punched the clock since 2018, so I did it successfully. Right, that means, what did I do daily? That means on my social media pages, don't burn yourself out by doing a gazillion pages, okay? But on your social media pages, at least 2, or I would say minimum 2, you need to, I say this all the time, you need to be talking about the same thing every day, and you need to be talking about the same thing from different angles and offering a unique, keyword unique. It could be the same as what everybody else is offering, but it has to be something that you do specifically, okay? What is your unique mechanism that you are offering for women empowerment? My unique mechanism that I used was teaching through the breakdown of words and the etymology of words. Do I still do that? Yes, when I'm in class, when I'm on stage, and on my page sometimes too, right? But what I'm telling you is that was the thing that I had that made me stand out online. But I did it every single day on my page. So here's an example. If let's say you're using astrology, that's somewhat of a unique mechanism to host some type of women empowerment events, courses, digital courses, classes, retreats. You could plan all of this stuff around astrology. But I swear on everything, I want y'all to go a layer deeper into what is your specific angle within astrology, because astrology is huge and a lot of people talk about it. You need to, I know y'all gonna hate that, y'all gonna beat me up. People, I don't want to niche down. I don't want to niche down. Listen, you don't have to stay there. But when you are talking about your unique mechanism that your specific tool that you use to help women solve this whatever problem, that is what you need to be talking about every day. Okay? So that's part of your strategy right there. And when you sign up for the 90-day strategy that I'm going to give you, for those who just coming on here or coming on and off, I'm giving away a 90-day strategy for getting invited to speak. Okay. The first thing I'm going to tell you is to do research. People hate this part, including myself. It's not fun. It's not sexy. It's not, I'm out on the beach, y'all. Look at my lifestyle. No, it's none of that. It's what comes before that. So the first thing you got to do, when you do a lot of research on your subject matter, you can come up with 90 different things to talk about. They could be the same, but they could be a little bit different. That's 90 days worth of content anyway. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So drop the word speak if you want the 90-day strategy for getting invited to speak. Okay. So, but my point is that when you do your research, you already got what you're going to be talking about on your page every single day. And you've already figured out what your unique mechanism is. That's why I said this strategy is not going to work if you're still in the part of your journey where you're like, I don't know what I could talk about. I could talk about so many things. I hear people say that all the time, right? People that come into my Patreon or come into my mentorship. I prefer when you come in that you already know. You're already somewhat clear on what your unique mechanism is. Okay, let's get off that. That's your daily strategy, and it's going to include you doing market research so that you will already know your topics every day. You could literally come up with 90 different things to talk about the same thing. I've been talking about self-realization for 5 years. So I know you could come up with 90 days worth of content. All right. That's what I was doing on a daily basis. What was I doing on a weekly basis? I hosted a virtual event every week. Now, mind you, it was a paid virtual event. What was the virtual event? The Self-Realization of a Goddess course. Still have it right now, and I still sell it. The Self-Realization of a Goddess digital course is a women empowerment course to help women understand how they are the creator of their own reality. But the unique mechanism in that is that it's all centered around understanding the womb, WOMB. The other unique mechanism, the way that I teach that, is because I'm breaking down words within it, and I'm showing you the esoteric meaning of words that backs up what I'm teaching. I'm not saying it to you to tell you what it is. I'm telling you that so that you understand that I had this virtual, or I still have it, I have this virtual digital product that I was pitching or selling every week for 3 months because it was a 13-step course. Right? So that's 3 months of content. That means every week, all right, y'all, this week I'm teaching this on Self-Realization of a Goddess. Okay, y'all, here come next week. I'm teaching this on Self-Realization of a Goddess. So that means throughout the week, I'm giving little bite-sized stuff that's inside the digital course, right? So I'm selling the digital course every week. That means every week I got some kind of virtual class or virtual event. What is this doing? This is also solidifying my expertise in the subject matter of goddess energy, in the subject matter of women empowerment, in the subject matter of knowledge of self, universal law, manifestation, all of that stuff, right? But it's really centered around women empowerment. And women understand that they create their own reality, even their not so nice baby father. I was about to curse. Right? I'm throwing that in there because that's one of the main things. Women hate to admit that they attract low quality men. And the course has a lot to do with, yes, you do, ma'am. Yes, you do. And here's how you're doing it. And here's how to stop doing that. Right? So I had a weekly virtual, digital, whatever you want to call it, event every week for 90 days. So I'm building up. You know what I'm building up for? When I launched the tour, when I launched the actual in-person class, right? Because I'm talking about self-realization every week. And then when the summertime come around, now, hey, y'all, I might be in your city this summer, right? That was how I did it. I might be in your city this summer. So I'm doing the online digital course I would do it from like maybe September or October up until September, October, November, December, maybe somewhere around December. Actually, it will usually be like into January because we would take a break for Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year. So it's stretched all the way until after New Year's. But my point is that when I wrapped it up sometime around mid-January, now I'm taking a little break. And now I'm selling the virtual course. Now I'm selling the recording of the virtual course that I just did live. Now I'm selling the recording of it. See how I'm selling it all year? I'm selling the same thing all year long in different versions. First, it was the live virtual course. Okay, now that's recorded. Sorry, y'all missed the live one, but here it is. It's recorded. So now I'm selling the recorded virtual course, right? From like February to May. Well, I'm selling it all year long. But my point is that then when May came around, around May, I would start the self-realization tour. I done worked all the way up to it because I've been talking about it for freaking 3 to 6 months prior to. You see how this is an annual strategy? Okay, so then so the monthly strategy is when I actually started. Now I'm coming to your city. Hey, now I'm in Atlanta. I went to Atlanta every year for 4 years in a row, right? So every year, the people in Atlanta already know I'm coming. Some of them will come every year. But my point is that throughout the summer, 2 times a month, I will go to a different city. Now you're probably like, well, how did you fund all this? Well, that's what the 90-day strategy is going to help you do, right? Drop the word speak if you want a 90-day strategy on how to get invited to speak. And within that strategy, I even talk about how to get sponsorship. I touch on that. Okay. That's how I was getting funded, because through selling tickets and sponsorship. Now, once I'm launching the multi-city tour that I'm on, now I'm taking pictures and videos, and now everybody seeing it because it's more active now. It's not just this virtual course. It's more active. I'm teaching the same thing, y'all. I'm teaching the same content. It's not like I'm coming up with all of this new stuff. I'm teaching the same content when I'm coming to the city and teaching self-realization of a goddess, except for now they only getting a bite-sized piece of it, because I just squished it down into a 4-hour class or a 4-hour event. So you want to know what happens from there? Now from there, I'm going to sell the recorded online course at the actual at the live event, at the in-person event. This is why I said you need an entire strategy, because some of y'all are doing an event here, an event there. Oh, I think I might do a vision board party. Oh, I think I might do a brunch. Oh, I think I might do a this, I might do a that. No, you're all over the place and you don't actually have a long-term strategy. It's okay, I understand. Because trust me, it can be, it's a lot when you're trying to figure all this out by yourself. That's what mentors are for, though. But anyway, so throughout May, June, July, August, I would go to 2 cities every month. And now I'm posting pictures and videos and all that, and everybody is seeing it. And they're like, oh man, I missed it when you came to my city. You know what? That's okay, because the whole course is recorded and you can still get it back. Now I'm using the pictures and the videos from the tour that I'm on to sell the online course. I'm also selling the online course from the people that came to the class, the 4-hour class, who they're like, they still got questions and they're still like, well, I still want to know this and know that. Bet. Take the entire course. They're asking me about getting name interpretations. Y'all, this is the whole strategy for making at least $5,000 a month from your digital course, from your mentorship, from your counseling services, from your private groups. You mushing all of this together. It can be done. I've done it and still doing it. Okay? So that was the weekly strategy. I mean, that was the daily strategy. That was the weekly strategy. That was the monthly strategy. And then I would do this every year, what I just told you. So the part that I left out was, this is what really sells it. You ready? When you add in a retreat. When you add in something fun, that is what really sells. That is what really sold my digital course, right? Because I said at the end of the digital course, you can sign up for the retreat. Come hang with me for 5 days in Costa Rica. Come hang with me for 4 or 5 days in Augusta, Georgia, up in the mountains, doing the zip line, doing a manifestation ritual. Now, mind you, you know what, you heard what I said. I said, hanging with me, right? This is not no arrogant type of stuff. It's just that people buy from you because they like you, because they want to be around you. They want to soak up your energy. They want to talk to you. Imagine that you imagine that you could hang with me for freaking 5 days and you get to pick my brain and ask me everything that you ever wanted to talk about. You get in private counseling pretty much, right? I'm not just talking about me personally. I'm saying if you offer that level of authority in your niche, people will be attracted to you and they'll want to be around you. So my point is that part of my annual strategy was to latch on a retreat, something fun. And here's the thing. Everybody can't go. I kept it limited to only 5 women. That is also what made it sell. Because I wasn't just out here like, yeah, everybody could come and nope. I'm only taking 5 women with me. Once them 5 seats are filled, it's closed. The retreat is closed, right? So I just gave you the entire strategy in a nutshell. Let me check y'all comments. Okay, she said building up the buzz. Google Trends. Literally doing it now. Okay, so I hope that y'all understand what I'm saying. Right? I'm not gonna repeat this. I'm just gonna look at my notes and make sure that I didn't miss anything. You can go back and watch it. Yeah, I covered everything. So being some type of women empowerment mentor, guide, event host, speaker, it requires you to have a actual annual strategy. If you do not have an annual strategy, you will never be able to figure out how are you going to quit your job. You're never going to be able to figure out how to stabilize yourself. And I ain't even going to, of course, I'm not going to lie. Entrepreneurship is very up, down, up, down, up, down. Because what happens is when you have to stop and deconstruct things and reconstruct things, which is what I'm doing right now. Because I just left Philadelphia and I moved to Florida. And so now I'm getting ready to start having events here and stuff like that. But when you are doing that, that's taken away from your strategy. So I'm rebuilding a whole annual strategy all over again, but it's going to be very similar to what I just did. Why? Because I know that it works. I know it works because I did it. Okay. Anybody got any questions while I'm here? Anybody got any questions about anything I just said while I'm here? Bernita said, will this be on replay? Yes, ma'am. I'm actually going to post it in the Patreon. When I go live, I always post my videos in the Patreon. Well, if I remember, but yeah. I'll post it in the Patreon. For those who don't know, I do have a private Patreon group where I do monthly coaching in a small group. It's usually only a few people on there. So if you did want my undivided attention or want some type of coaching from me, you can join my Patreon. It's only $25 a month. Okay, where I do live coaching on public speaking coaching, launching event coaching, women empowerment event coaching, growing your social media coaching, manifestation coaching, whatever. I always ask them, what do they want me to talk about? Okay. That's aside from my actual whole mentorship program. But in there, I do a monthly coaching. So I'll put the link for that too in the comments for anybody who wants to join my Patreon group. Okay. And it's not just the live coaching, it's daily content. Like it's hundreds and hundreds of posts in there. You can scroll back forever, just read and post. Okay. All right, y'all, I'm getting off here. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope that I will see some of y'all now that I'm here in Florida. I will definitely be, I'm in Hollywood, Florida, for those who like, well, what part of Florida are you in? I will definitely be doing some type of meet and greet out here. I'm just still trying to get settled, y'all. Okay. All right. Love y'all. Bye-bye.